Ebony, it is my incredible pleasure to welcome you all here tonight on what I'm not sure whether it's a wake or a celebration, but can I invite you for the next few minutes to enter into a celebratory mode with us. And a special welcome to distinguished guests who Ben will introduce a little bit later. As with all projects like this, we're here tonight because of collaboration and contribution of a number of different agencies and people over the last few years. So as Ebony said, Ethical Property Australia is a joint venture between Ethical Property UK and Donkey Wheel Limited, which is a venture philanthropy and an impact investment foundation based in Melbourne. I'd like to pay tribute tonight to Donkey Wheel's CEO, Paul Steele, whose vision for a network of properties around Australia that are used primarily for positive social purpose has given rise to the fact that we're in this building tonight with the structure that we have. His design around that has been really helpful and useful. The Ethical Property Australia staff, so Linda Long, Yvette Duncan and CEO Peter Allen, their blood and sweat, if you can't see it on the walls and in the ceiling, it's there. Incredible gratitude to them for what they've done in pulling this project together. And we have, someone said to me, it's incredible that you've got the builders at your opening function. I also want to pay tribute to Monarch Building Solutions, whose work is fabulous, guys. So thank you so much for what you've done here. I walked into the level here today not having seen it since we purchased the building, and the transformation is incredible. So thank you so much. As Ebony said, the vision for Ethical Property is we currently have two properties, so Donkey Wheel House in Melbourne and now Endeavour House here in Canberra. Our vision is to see a whole network of properties with themed occupants right across the country, and we've got another set of properties that are in the early stage of investigation now. So as Ebony said, keep an eye out for other properties that will pop up. A couple of people have said to me tonight, how's this going to work? Like, what's the, what is it? Who's going to be here? And Ben may speak a little bit about this in a few minutes. But just to be clear, so some organisations will have their home here. It'll be where their office is based. Other people will just use it as a sort of hot desking space, so particularly organisations that aren't necessarily based here in Canberra but want to have a presence here in Canberra will come in and out. So, and it'll kind of evolve as we go, depending on how it gets used, but a variety of uses there. Alongside Donkey Wheel Limited, I also want to thank Graham Wood Foundation, whose initial investment into the Ethical Property Commercial Fund has specifically given rise to us being able to purchase Endeavour House here, and Graham and Anna send their apologies tonight, weren't able to be here. Let's see, who else do I need to thank? In particular, the Australia... there was one other person. John McKinnon, who's the chair of the Australia Institute, was the person that brought together the different parties that enabled this project to happen. So it's a special thanks to John, who's around somewhere tonight here too. But the Australia Institute has really been the agency that has owned the vision for what this place could be in Canberra as a home and a hub for progressive organisations. And in particular, Ben Oaquist, the Executive Director of the Australia Institute, has owned that vision, and his drive has really led us to being here tonight. And it's my pleasure to introduce Ben to come and say a few words. Thanks, Ben.